So I recently booked my flights to Europe for next year, flying from Melbourne to Madrid in Qatar's Qsuites business class. And in total for these flights, I paid $700 one way for my partner and I. Now I know traveling to Europe or America is an extremely popular destination for Australians, and flying business class would be the cherry on top. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how I would use my credit card reward points to book business class reward flights for an international long haul flight. So this video is going to be split up into 3 sections. Within the earn section, we'll talk about what credit card points you'll need to make these redemptions. In the redeem section, I'll show you step by step on how to search and book for these flights. And then in the maximize section, I'll give you some tips on how to maximize your redemption so you can get more value out of your credit card reward points. So let's first start with earn. So in Australia, you can earn frequent flyer points with Qantas, Virgin Australia, or you can earn reward points with a flexible reward program like American Express. These flexible reward points can then be transferred to different partner airlines. Now there are also other flexible reward programs like Citibank or Combank where you can transfer to multiple different partner airlines. But for the sake of simplicity, we'll only be talking about American Express in this video because American Express has the most transfer partners available, so is hands down the most flexible when it comes to redeeming business class reward flights, and is the one that I would always recommend people starting with over another credit provider's reward program. Now, the easiest way that you can go about earning a large amount of credit card reward points in the shortest amount of time possible is going to be by credit card churning or hacking. This is essentially the exercise of opening a new credit card to earn the sign-up bonus that comes along with it. Once you've received that sign-up bonus, you close that credit card and then sign up for a new one to earn another sign-up bonus. And then you essentially rinse and repeat this process, and in a year you can very easily churn 3 to 4 credit cards, earning you hundreds and thousands of credit card reward points. Both Qantas and Virgin Australia have plenty of credit cards from different providers, meaning that you can accumulate those points significantly faster. American Express, on the other hand, isn't as easy because you're only eligible to receive 1 sign-up bonus. And then after that, you're no longer eligible because you're no longer a new customer to American Express. However, there are other methods with American Express where you can earn Amex reward points, such as taking advantage of their Amex offers or getting referral bonuses from referring your friends and family. Now, depending on which one of these 3 programs you end up choosing will ultimately impact your chances of being able to find business class reward flights. This is because the best chances of you finding a business class reward flight is going to be on a flight operated by that airline themselves and not from one of their partner airlines. So for Qantas, these are all the routes that Qantas themselves operates. And so your best chances for booking business class flights to Europe with Qantas would be for flights to London, Rome, or Paris. For all other destinations in Europe, you'll be flying with one of Qantas's partner airlines. And whilst it's not impossible to find business class reward flights with them, it is significantly harder. With Virgin Australia, they actually stopped doing long-haul international flights, so your only option there is to fly with one of their partner airlines. But one of the unique things about the Velocity program is you have the ability to transfer your Velocity points over to Singapore's KrisFlyer program at a rate of 1.55 to 1, and Singapore Airlines does have great award seat availability for their business class reward flights. With American Express, as I mentioned earlier, you can transfer your points to over 9 different partner airlines, which really opens up the door to finding business class reward seats. If you're planning to fly to Europe, then I would highly recommend Qatar because they fly to many destinations throughout Europe, have pretty good award seat availability, and the taxes and fees aren't too high. Okay, so next let's move on to redeem. So depending on which program you're with will determine the process and the tools or websites that you'll use to find your reward seats. If you're with Qantas, the tool that I would recommend is using flightseats.io and is completely free to use and makes searching for Qantas reward seats so simple. So when you're on the website, you'll simply need to put in your origin, destination, and date that you're planning to depart. You'll then be shown this graph or table here, which has the dates on the x-axis as well as the points per seat on the y-axis. Each of these columns represents flights that you can book, and the gray columns that you see here are Qantas's new points plus pay option, which honestly isn't really good value for your points, so you can remove them by clicking this button up here. If you want to zoom out on the dates, then you can either use your mouse wheel or you can click up here. So all of these green columns are essentially economy classic reward seats that we could book with Qantas. If you want to search for business class seats only, then we'll just go up here to the drop down and select business class seats. And so here we see that there's significantly less options, but there are still some available seats that we could book. So August 24th should have flights available. And then if we hop back onto Qantas's website, search for those exact dates, and then voila, we have that seat available to book. Now, one thing to note about this tool is that it only shows Qantas operated flights only, and it doesn't show any of their partner airline flights. So the second tool that I would use when searching for Qantas reward flights is Qantas's own multi-city search function, because it shows you a monthly calendar view of all classic reward flights available on both Qantas and partner airline operated flights. And based on the ribbons, you can easily see which flights have business class reward flights available. If you're looking to book reward flights with Velocity, then the tool that I would recommend using is seats.aero. This is a similar tool to flightseats.io, but has a lot more functionality to it. Whilst there is a free version to seats.aero, the limitation is that you can only search for flights 2 months in advance. Whilst the pro version doesn't have that limitation, and it has a lot more functionality added on top. I've done a full video talking about all the features in that tool, so if you're interested, you can click on this link up here. But once you're in the tool, you'll just search for your flights as you normally would. So for all of these flights from Melbourne to London, these are the business class seats available, meaning that you should be able to find these seats on Virgin Australia's website as well. If you click on the information icon here, you'll see more details about the flight itself. So we can see that this flight is departing on the 2nd of October, departing at 7:45 p.m. We can also see the number of points and the taxes and fees would have to pay as well. And then you'll just need to search for that flight on the Virgin Australia website. And as we can see here, I've just found those exact same flights, and then I can go ahead and book them. Now with Amex, because there's multiple different partner airlines that you could transfer your points to, the process is a little bit more complicated with a few more steps added in. What I like to do first is figure out which airlines actually fly directly to the destination that I'm trying to get to. And the site that I would recommend for this is flightroutes.com. So for example, when I booked my flights from Melbourne to Madrid, using this website, I knew that I could fly either with Emirates, Qatar, or Cathay Pacific, because these are all transfer partners of American Express that fly directly to Madrid. Now, I personally wouldn't recommend flying with Emirates because the transfer rates are quite poor, and the taxes and fees with those reward flights are also extremely high as well. So this essentially left Qatar or Cathay Pacific. Once you figure out which airlines you can fly with, I would then use that airline's own website and search function to see if there's any reward flights available for the date that you're looking to travel for. Once you've confirmed that there's reward seats available, you can then transfer your points, which can sometimes take between 1 to 3 days, especially if it's your first time transferring points over. Be careful, because if your reward seats get booked up, then your points can't be reversed back to American Express. And then you're essentially stuck with whatever airline points you transferred your American Express reward points to. Finally, let's move on to the Maximise section. So with American Express, they oftentimes run transfer promotions where you're eligible to earn bonus points when you transfer to specific partner airlines. So for last month, you were eligible to receive 10% bonus Avios points when you were transferring your points to Qatar Airways. I transferred my points to Qatar last year when they had a 20% bonus, which essentially resulted in me saving around 50,000 Amex reward points when I booked my Qatar business class reward seats. Velocity also runs similar promotions throughout the year whenever you transfer your credit card reward points to the Velocity program, where you essentially earn an additional 15 to 20% bonus, and they tend to run these several times a year. By leveraging these transfer bonuses, this will essentially reduce the number of points you'll need to redeem those business class reward seats. So that's how you earn, redeem, and maximize your credit card points in order to book business class reward flights. So comment below if you have any questions, like the video if you've enjoyed the video, and hit that subscribe button as well for more future content just like this. Thank you for watching this far, and if you are interested in learning more about credit card hacking so that you can accumulate a large number of credit card reward points in the shortest amount of time possible, then you might want to check out this video right here.